So for my class, I have this thing about raising hands.
Yep.
So whenever any student wants to speak, of course she would. So anytime a student wants to speak, I have to have them raise their hand or ask a question because, with my class we have kids that love to talk. So that's one of my rules or expectations. Also, they have to listen to the teacher. Listen while teaching, others are talking. So they have to listen while the teachers and others are talking. So they have to give me eye contact.
Yep.
And also, just like the way they sit too. They have to kind of show me that they are listening and paying attention to me. Another expectation I have is they have to complete all work. I understand some things cannot be done on time, but if they don't complete it, they have to do it during a different time, during a free play time or whatever. Another one is keep hands, feet, and objects to yourself. Use materials wisely. Be respectful, honest. Use good manners. And I've posted anchor charts around the classroom to remind them. And another thing that I do a lot is I have them repeat the action that they did not do well until they can do it correctly. For example, running in the hallway, I'll have them do it again if they're running and show me that they can walk instead of run. Yeah.
So those expectations, how have you shown them, have you explained it or conveyed them to the students that these are expectations? Please.
So beginning of any lesson or even during circle time or even transitioning, I always tell them my expectations, the rules, what they should and shouldn't do. And I'll also repeat it throughout the class or the lesson because they forget very easily.
Okay. For that, is there any reward or discipline system that you have?
I use Class Dojo. So they're grouped in teams instead of individual.
Yep.
They're grouped in country teams. So they have to kind of work together to get points. Also, I use the star of the week.
Yep.
So throughout the week, they have to show good behavior, do what they're supposed to do, and they'll have a chance to get star of the week. And I also have kindness rainbow. Okay. So if they any time throughout the day, the week, and even any teacher in any class can give them kind of like a card to add on to the kindness rainbow if they see kind actions. Yeah.
Cool. What about positive social interaction? Is there some issue or is there any
I think
for that class?
Yeah, for me, I'm like I wouldn't say very worried, but I'm kind of worried about it because I've had the same kids for 2 years, and the Japanese teacher and myself, we've done a lot of like life skill type of lesson on how to speak to each other, how to play, how to interact, and I think because they know each other so well, and they're kind of like brothers and sisters, like they don't really, they know what they're supposed to do, but they just don't do it. Because even when I ask them, like, oh, like why did you push your friend? Like, oh, because he pushed me, or because he took my toy. I was like, well, what are you supposed to do instead? And they'll know the answer. They just don't want to do it or care to do it. So I'm not sure, like, what I should do or what I should change. Because I've tried different things. So that's what I'm kind of like still I need to work on.
Okay.
Yeah. But when they're friends, they're friends. When they're not friends, they're just not friends. So.
But then at that age group, it's probably a given as well, maturity level.
Yeah.
Of that. As long as you're ready for the lead.
Mm.
It sounds like you're ready. Okay, so could you tell me about your classroom routine? Is there specific things that you have the students do every day?
Every day we have circle time.
Yep.
So in circle time, we go over the daily schedule, and while going over the daily schedule, I tell them, kind of give them a quick summary of what they'll do in my class.
Yep.
So they know what's to come.
Yep.
And they won't ask me throughout the day, what are we going to do next? And also it'll take away some nervousness.
Yeah, so what are your objectives for those learning standard units?
I'm planning on doing a math lesson, a few English lessons, a social studies lesson. So for math, it'll be counting, graphing, like simple graphing, comparing numbers. For English, we're doing preposition, or we will be doing more preposition. So preposition, do a lot of journal writing, phonics. I think we're gonna do short vowel, long vowel, and then reading nonfiction books.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first lesson, I'm planning on doing journal writing.
Okay.
So going over the writing convention. So I think it's punctuation, finger spacing, and capitalizing the first letter.
With those things, where are they at right now, generally? Are they aware of it, or do they need to be reminded?
I usually remind them because I have a few students who forget.
Yep.
So especially finger spacing. So and we'll also do like a little example together before they write on their own. So, and I'm planning on calling on students that don't participate so much or speak as much to do some of the examples. Yeah.
Do you have any, for that lesson or in your class over any concerns?
I think, like in general, because of the level and one of the standards is that my class should be more student centered, because they're so young and they don't know. I need to teach them a lot of skills. I'm kind of afraid that it might kind of be more teacher centered than student centered because of that. So I want to try to work on like trying to make it more student centered, even though I have to teach them the majority of the skills. So yeah.
Okay, but then like you said like in terms of like you have to lead them. Previously you mentioned that they are very vocal, so with that, wouldn't that be an advantage?
Lead them?
In terms of leading them, but they always want to talk and stuff like that.
Yeah. My students, they do like to talk, but it's like the time and the place. But yeah.
So I guess that goes back to classroom expectations.
Yeah, and then also, I have a lot of the same kids that like to talk.
Okay.
So I want to try to get more of the quieter kids to talk more, like Yuki Lin and who else? Yuki Lin, Yuki Sumi, Chiharuma. But for Chiharuma, because she has selective mutism, it's kind of hard to know exactly what she's saying.
So lead them to speak and lead them not to speak.
Yeah. Balance it.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, well, good luck with your first lesson. Seems you're on track, you know what you need to do, so no problems.